When I last left off talking about Dark Souls 2, I praised it for its tight combat and interesting level design that the series is known for, but knocked it for having a sporadic world structure and weak boss fights. I'm happy to say that after completing the first of the planned 3 DLC levels, Crown of the Sunken King has me very pleased. This is due in part to the excellent level design that has never been seen in the Souls series before. The underground city of Sholva is vast and cavernous, and there is no clear path through the ruins. This means the level design is more ambiguous and less linear. You can hit certain slabs to alter the environment, raising and lowering platforms to reach new areas, or set traps against enemies. Atmosphere is also prominent here, with the heavy breathing of an old dragon and a chilling song being sung from somewhere unknown echoing around the old halls, building a real feeling of suspense and dread for your final encounter. It is definitely one of the best levels ever created in the series. It's only a shame it doesn't seem to tie into the larger world of Drang Lake in any meaningful way, but see my complaints about stitched together level design in my Dark Souls 2 review for more on that. The variety of monsters you fight is also quite refreshing. Yeah, there are your typical heavy-hitting grunts, but later on in the DLC you come across new enemies that require a bit of thought to your approach. Having to hunt the level to destroy an item so you can clear a room of enemies easier was actually a lot of fun and created some uniquely tense moments. Each area of the DLC has its own slew of enemies, and they all bring something fresh not only to Dark Souls 2, but the entire series as a whole. There was even a bit of a stealth sequence at one point that took me by surprise. It was a nice change of pace and didn't overstay its welcome at all. The one time Crown of the Sunken King faltered was during the first boss fight you encounter. After traversing such great level design and having such a great build-up that made me feel genuinely terrified for the fight, I was disappointed to find it was just a retread of a previous Dark Souls 2 boss, made worse by having it summon multiple enemies that make the fight seem cheap and unfair, quite like some of the poorer bosses of the game. Thankfully, the final boss of the DLC made up for it. I don't want to spoil anything, but it was tense, fun, and exciting. Perhaps nowhere near the best fights of the series, but definitely up there when it comes to Dark Souls 2. All in all, I was pleasantly surprised with the 4 to 6 hours I spent with Crown of the Sunken King. While it didn't quite tie into the world at large in the same way the Artorias DLC did in the original game, the level design alone made me excited for the next installment. Hopefully it brings with it even better boss fights and richer lore when it comes along.